disc drivers have different characteristics as far as their flight pattern. This one here is a 0. That means it's going to be stable during its flight and basically go straight with a slight veering off to the left if you're throwing backhand at the end. Next I have one that's the XL here by Discraft. This one's going 1 to the left, so when I throw it, once again, it's gonna, instead of it being a 0 and slightly tailing off, it's gonna be a 1 and tail off even more to the left on my backhand. And then I've got a really overstable disc. It's the extra long Reaper driver. As you can see, it's a 2, so it's really gonna curve off to the left on my backhand. Now the same goes for when I'm throwing it on my forehand. Okay, the 0 is going to be fairly stable and go straight. The 1 is going to have a little more of a curve, and the 2 is going to have even more of a curve. And finally, we're getting into understable here, or straight or turnover roller drivers. As you can see, it's a -1, and once again, they have the same setup for a lot of these discs. There's a 0, -1, and -2, and you can find the odd one that's -3. The beautiful thing about the stable disc is that whether you're shooting with the hyzer angle, which is an angle like this, pointing away from your body, or anhyzer, which is the angle when it's facing your body, during the course of the disc's flight, it's going to go from whatever angle you throw it at, the hyzer, or in this case the anhyzer. It's going to go like this for a little bit, and then eventually it's going to level out, which is key in a lot of shots, because you might want to go around an object a little bit and then have it straighten out and go to the pin for you. Or it's just most people on their backhand use the hyzer angle, and because it's the most natural, and what'll happen is the disc will eventually just level out nicely and go on a straight line for you. Okay, on this particular shot, I'm using the stable disc once again. I'm going with the anhyzer angle, which is where the angle of the disc is facing me. The disc face is actually facing me, as opposed to the hyzer where the disc face is not facing me, it's away. So it's the anhyzer shot. I'm going to be letting it rip out of my hand. The disc is going to go from the left and level out and go straight. Come back to the right a little bit. Here we go. Now this is an overstable disc. This one will really bounce off to the left when I'm throwing it on my backhand. And for an indication of how it's going to work, watch. Here we go. Well, as you can see, that overstable disc really drifted off to the left after I'd made that shot on my backhand. Now here I've got an understable disc. This one is rated at -1. That means it's just going to go a slight to the right when I let her loose on my backhand here. And away we go. Well, as you can see, that understable disc really took off to the right after I let it go on my backhand.